got to delight in it. You've got to, it's got to get you up in the morning. And if that's what gets you up in the morning, it's what you should do. I'm Cody Sydenham, and I'm the founding partner of SPG Architects.
I'm Eric Gartner. I'm a partner at SPG Architects. Majority of our work is residential work, but we've always had a mix of corporate interiors, retail work, and a mix of work here in the US and around the world, which is really kind of gratifying and fun.
What makes the partnership successful and fruitful in terms of doing the work is that our skill sets and our processes are different and complementary, and yet we share a lot of common interests. We're both interested in the environment. We're both pretty, intense about that, about conservation issues all over the world, and as it feeds into the built environment that we're a part of.
The rewards of architecture are equally distributed between those associated with running a business and helping make our world a little more sustainable, maybe a little more beautiful if we're lucky, if we do our job well. And two that stand out for me are the house in Leicester. The fact that it turned out as a pretty special house, and one that's gained recognition as a house and for SPG. Another is the project in Rwanda. I think that's a project where architecture and social responsibility and environmental responsibility all sort of merged perfectly. Classrooms were built for 150 orphans who have their first chance to learn to read and write. We built a pharmacy and exam room. Once tourism takes hold in Rwanda, this will be one of the focal points. And the Kageno can pull out and the Rwandans can fully take over what's been built there for them.
The most difficult part of being an architect, I think for both of us, I know it's kept me up at night a lot, is that it becomes very personal.
The plus side of what Cody talked about, though, is really how we practice and our clients come in and they take over the project. That's a rough moment, but it's actually the most rewarding part of what we do at the end of the day, that our clients pick up where we take off and claim the spaces that we've designed. And good news is we're usually invited over for dinner at some point.
And sometimes again and again.
There are two projects that sort of symbolize what I find interesting about what I do, and that happen to be pretty much opposites, but in the same landscape. There are two houses that I did in Idaho. One of them is a more traditional house. It was, in fact, a gut renovation and addition to a split-roof 70s house. The other house I did in that same environment, in the mountains of the Sun Valley area, was a very modern house. Worked with the same contractor on both. The modern house was more out of his comfort range. The traditional house was more out of my comfort range. But it was a great experience.
I think the graphic quality of our drawings is really important. It conveys to our clients and to our builders and to our fabricators a level of care that we're layering into the process, and subliminally lets them all know that this is important to us and it should be important to them as well. And I think that the quality of drawings that we get out of Vectorworks really portrays that.
I think what sets us apart is that we are very much a service business. And we care a lot about design, but are never willing to compromise being responsive to the client desires, concerns, wish list, budget, all of that.
That's how you end up with a happy client. They don't feel a design is being imposed on them. They feel like they're part of the process of growth, bringing everyone together at the same time to design decisions.
When I started off, I didn't really have expectations of what was possible. I was just doing what I thought would be interesting and fun and rewarding to do. I'm delighted with what we've built here, but it has nothing to do with expectations and whether or not it meets those, because it could have gone 100 other ways and I'd be happy with it too. It's the path, not the arrival.